Yo, 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 what's up? I'm back again with the batch analysis. This is going to be a bi-weekly one because last week I only had one trade and this week also just one trade. So not much happening in the markets. But yeah, I don't remember shit. I have no idea what those trades looked like. So kind of interested to see whether they are good or not, whether they follow rules or not. I have a little bit of a feeling that one of them might be pretty trash. I don't remember, honestly, so whatevs. So let's go to week 31 over here and see when it is that I traded something. Looks like only Wednesday. Okay, and this is the context. I was looking at UK 100 over here. So let's take a look at that. So here's the weekly, right? And the weekly starts going sideways in like a flagging formation or whatnot. And now it's kind of like, I would call this reignition. I'm pretty sure this is a nice reignition going above some kind of highs and breaking into new highs. And I think this looks really good, especially like after breaking out above this resistance here with nice full-bodied candles, EMAs rising on the daily. This looks awesome, I think. So if this looked good on the low time frame, yeah, I would trade it. So some news, only UK looks decent, all right. And this is the trade. I think it's this one, right? Yeah. Is that the one? I think that's the one. Okay. So let's take a look. On the 1000 already, like that's similar to the daily, right? It looks like we're breaking out and it looks like we're moving higher. So I marked up this high just to see where the liquidity lies. And that's like one of the tricky things with this kind of stuff. And it's something I should really get some clarity in. Like whenever there is like a liquidation of a major high, such as in this situation, should this be something that I consider and that like alters the yes/no decision process of whether a trade should be taken? I really don't know. So even though I marked it up, I just kind of ignored it. And here, if I omit that and I just look at everything else, it looks like we had some kind of like stage one thing over here, right? Like I actually can take a pen, like why wouldn't I? So all of this, what's happening over here is reserved for a stage one. And here, as it breaks out, it starts a nice momentum cycle. And I would say like after this reaccumulation here or flush out, we had a beginning of a momentum cycle here, and this is pullback one, this is pullback two. So the expectation would be this, right? Pullback three and continuation. So I really think this was looking sweet on the 100. On the 10-minute, this looks amazing, right? We bounced off of the 1020 with big momentum, and then we pulled back into the rising 1020. And here on the 1-minute, we definitely have some kind of reaccumulation. I would have loved to see this liquidated, but I thought this is already looking really nice. You can see the waves and everything. You can see some kind of diagonal, some kind of flippy and whatnot. And yeah, this breaks out, reignition, right? And does a tiny little pullback, even liquidates a low over here. So this looked amazing, in my opinion. This is such a good trade, and I would take it again any time of the day. Yeah, this was a really good trade. And I think that ends up being a -1, right? It just taps me in and instantly fucks me up. Which honestly, you want to reduce losses as much as possible in a way, right? So you have the best possible win rate. But I think when it comes to the losses, this is the best kind of loss you can get, because this was the decision moment. This was such an important level, because if it continued higher here, it did everything it had to. But instead, like the composite operator, the one manipulating this market, knew that he's done with the move and he needs to reaccumulate more, right? So okay, whatever. This move is pretty much over, and now we wait for a new range. But this was a really good calculated risk, and if this wanted to go, this is how it would go. So I'm happy with it. Good trade. Yup. Good. Closed. What else? I don't know. I think that's all. Just gonna tag it as perfect. All right, so that was the one trade. Did I put that into here? 23rd. Okay, I didn't. So let's do that now, I guess. This was taken on July 29. Oh, shit. Stock, July 29 at 9:43. Cool. And it's a minus 1.2. Boom. Cool. And that's it for week 31. Let's go to week 32. Okay, and looks like I traded on Monday. I was looking at JER 30 over here. Makes sense. This is looking really, really good. Breaking into new highs. I would follow here for sure. And I was watching DAX over here, and I was watching SpaceX to break out of this stage 1. Makes sense. JER 30 is the only thing worth watching today, and that's it. Okay. So when did I actually trade? On Friday. All right. And I didn't even fill anything out because, I don't know, I was watching just one thing, and that was JER 30, which I was watching the whole week, I think. So, yeah, makes sense. Let's go into my row and find that trade, which is over here. Okay, so how does it look on the weekly? We cannot see, but whatever. The 1000 looks absolutely amazing, by the way. This is so nice. Breaking into new highs via a momentum cycle, really nice movement. Shallow pullbacks, big inefficiencies or imbalances left behind. Active momentum cycle looks really, really good. And here we are on the 100, right? And this is a stage 2 I'm following. Looks really nice. And it starts pulling back, right? This is still a really nice pullback. Maybe a little bit choppy over here, but this looks like amazing reignition. And yeah, if this looks good on the lower, I would probably want to trade it. So here we are on the lower, on the 10-minute. Big impulse, pull back into the rising 1020. I do have to say though, this does look a bit choppy, doesn't it? This looks very, very wicky, to be honest. But it's maybe just because of the time frame. Maybe it would look a little different, but we can see it here on the 1 minute as well. So this would be the stage 2 that I'm following. Here it definitely reaccumulated in a rather clean way, I think. And it went higher and did this little move over here. And this is the reignition of this entire pullback, right? Reignites, pulls back into the rising 1020. And here I go to the 10-second. This is the impulse, looks amazing, goes back, looks really, really nice, good reaccumulation, good flippy zone, good reignition, nice pullback, good entry. So yeah, this is actually really nice. Yeah, this is a really good trade. And if I remember correctly, this taps me out by like a few little ticks, and then it goes on an absolute monster run. I'm gonna find it on TradingView. Where the heck is it? Let me just check if I'm recording the right view. I am. Okay, boom, let's go here. Yep, JER 30, this is the trade. Let me go back real quick. Like here or something. Yes, here. And this is where I take the trade. So let's just go into here. Right. Okay. So select bar here. This is where it taps me in. And the way I approached this is I didn't cover the low. I just went for double ATR or something here with like, yeah, double ATR at 600 based on this. And then I added a little bit more for spread. And I ended up with a 700 take stop loss. Maybe it should have been 730, but that wouldn't cover it either. But maybe if I just covered the low, it would have delivered. But unfortunately, that's not what I did. And because of that, it taps me out right over where? Here. Here it taps me out. And then here I would be risk-free. And it just goes fucking crazy, right? Yeah, and that would be a very, very easy +5 if I had just a tiny little bit bigger stop loss. If it was 730, would it be enough? No, it wouldn't. It would need to be at least this much, which is 784. And that's pretty much the ATR of the 1 minute. Yeah, but like, you know, I'm not gonna change anything about the system just because I got a tiny little bit unlucky. It's just a little bit unfortunate. I just know that my stop losses are usually between 2 and 3 ATR. And maybe what I could do is I could go for a rule where I'm trying to cover the low of the pullback and only allow myself to take it if the pullback is not longer than, let's say, 3 ATR, right? So here, for example, if I said, okay, here it would be 300, okay, so I would be like, okay, 3 times 300 is 900, right? 900 ATR, I mean, 900 ticks is as much as it's allowed to be. It cannot be more. And then I can be like, okay, well, it's less, so I can actually just cover the low, for example. And if I did that, would that still actually knock me out? No, it wouldn't. Yeah, because it held the low. So that's something, like, that's an idea that I was playing around with, like having a 3 ATR limit. And it also plays into the rule that momentum cannot fizzle, right? If it goes deeper than, let's say, this 3 ATR, it's probably not going to hold up its momentum cycle and it's going to fail anyway. So yeah, just something to think about and maybe pay attention to in future trades. Could be a really nice rule to have. Just like always set up 3 ATR and then bring it higher to cover the low. But yeah, this was a beautiful trade, I think. Like, one thing that could potentially have been a bit meh is the apparent choppiness here, but I really think it's just because of the time frame. If I switch the time frame a little bit, like, actually, let's do that, right? I mean, I'm here on the 10 minute. If I change it around a little bit, 9, 8, 7. No. Looks like 7 minutes is the one that is cursed. Yeah, I mean, okay, 6, 5, 4. You know what? Yeah, it is kind of wiki. It is kind of wiki. Maybe that's something that should have kept me out. Like, the wicks are there for sure. No, this MB, it's a wiki MB. So that's like the one thing that I could maybe have said, but honestly, even then, I just thought this looks quite good. But the whole thing was moving rather wiki. Maybe I could have said no to this, honestly. I'm gonna say it was wiki. Fuck it. Like this. Look, let's ask the ultimate question. Would I take this trade again? I think I would. I think I would take this trade again. I think it was pretty good. So, gonna say it was good, but gonna say it was a little bit wiki. So, whoop. Wiki. Boom. And that should show up in analysis in the mistake thingy, right? Boom. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate. I should definitely include that. Maybe I have it here. Ah, yeah, I have it here in trades taken, wiki. Okay, and that's actually a break. No, it's not a break even. It's an actual -1. All right, I didn't write that down. -1, boom. Okay, so let's write this down. That was JER 30. When was that taken? August 7. Okay. At 10:34. -1.2. So that's just 2 losses, 1 loss each week. Not much happening in the market, you know, but I think I really waited for beautiful moments. And I executed when the time was right. So I think this was a successful 2 weeks. I wish there was more to do in the markets, but unfortunately, most stuff looks a little trash. Very recently, we got some movement in the indexes. So for next week, maybe stuff like JER30, NAS 100, SPX 500, and perhaps some individual stocks might see some movement. That would be super nice. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be following. I would love it if JER30 continued with its reignition. It really looks good here. So if it breaks higher, I will definitely follow it. And I love JER30. So if this goes on a run, you bet your ass I'm going to be scalping it. NAS 100 also. And other than that, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a stock screen probably on Monday before New York Open, and look at my watch lists again. It's been some time since I updated which stocks I'm watching, so I should make that a weekly thing because those are like higher time frame entries, like 1 hour. Well, for me, it's the 100 or 1000, right? Even 10 minutes could be okay. But yeah, that's that. So the only mistake this week, or the only thing that could have been better, was if this wasn't as wiki. But then again, as I said, if I had the opportunity to take this trade right now, I think I would take it. And we can see from the replay that I was spot on with the timing, but unfortunately I got liquidated just before the Giga run, which is super, super unfortunate, of course. I'm wondering if I could have taken this trade. I probably could have. Yeah. I totally didn't think of that, but I think that would end up being a break even anyway, right? I mean, I can check it out. Let's see. So boop. What's the, okay, so 230, that means 690 would be the triple ATR, and we would cover the low. So we would go over here, and let's just see what it would do. Okay, that would be risk-free. And would it hit 5? Nope, it wouldn't. That's that's unfortunate. But I don't know why I didn't take it, actually. Oh, and that's, nah, dude. That's even without accounting for spread. So I would need to do this. Yeah, so it would run to 3.86 this way. All right, well, yeah, I don't remember why I didn't take this one. I think this one was pretty good as well. Yeah, whatevs. But yeah, I was spot on with the timing. Unfortunately, got liquidated, and that's just a little bit unlucky. But it's fine, you know, I followed my rules, so yeah, I'm happy. Tilt activated. Yeah, I remember watching that and being a little bit angry. But it is what it is. Okay, so I think that's all. Nothing more to really talk about. Been yapping for almost 20 minutes. Yeah, I really hope we're gonna have some more action in the coming weeks, but wouldn't get my hopes up too much. It's still holiday season, so that means it's not really market season. But that's okay. All right, see ya.